Are we live yet?
I still see hosting ads with Roundtable, but the last few weeks I've had to like reset over and over.
Yeah,
see,
what
I don't
is up?
see it live at all.
Okay, now we're live.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I should tell everybody.
And they can hear us too.
Oh, crap. One sec, I gotta find a good photo. Oh, it's a terrible photo. I should use it. Okay, there we go. So I was looking at fake bangs on Amazon.
Does this have to do with the stream?
No, not really.
Okay. Because we're waiting to find out if you're ready to go live. I mean, Cam. Okay.
I was ready 500 years ago when I was born. I cracked out of a dragon's egg. I cracked out of it.
And we're live. Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is episode 65. It's Friday night. You know what that means?
It's
time to get your It's time to get your ear holes caressed by the fist and the thorn and the man behind the curtain, Narteki Taco. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Fist, how you doing?
Oh, you know.
I don't. That's why I asked.
I look like Cindy Lou Who when I do that.
Who?
Cindy Lou Who, like a Who down in Whoville.
Oh.
Wait, do it again. I can't do it. I'm gonna spray it everywhere.
You're just gonna like spit all over your computer.
Just spit everywhere. It's fine though, you know? It's fine. It's
you know
fine.
what? It's Friday. The week is over. The weekend has begun. It's more than fine. It's awesome.
It's all good in my hood
Tonight. So, we don't have a topic.
What's the lyrics for that?
We just chilling.
This is how we do it. Lyrics.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I have it. I'm ready.
This is how we do it. I'm sick, by the way. It's Friday night, and I feel all right. The party is here on the west side. So I reach for my 40, and I turn it up. Designated driver. Take the keys to my truck. Hit the show because I'm faded. Honey's in the streets, say, money, yeah, we made it. It feels so good in my hood tonight. All the summertime skirts and the guys in the what's a canny? Connie?
I think it's short for khaki, or they might have just miswrote it there.
No, I don't have any
Topic: top 10 favorite Creed songs and why.
I don't know 10 Creed songs. I know like
not doing that, Cap.
Higher.
Arms wide open.
Arms wide open.
Okay, I just told them we're not doing that. You launch right into it.
Hang on. I don't know 10.
We're just more interested in finding out if you knew.
Yeah. Arms wide open. Higher. I thought that was the same song. Can you take me higher with arms wide open? You know, it's the same
I think they're just like Nickelback, where, you know, a lot of the songs sound interchangeable.
Beautiful photograph. I tell you how fast what has become.
Elder Goth, I do believe they produced more than 10 songs, or someone at least did so for them, because they had multiple albums, if I remember correctly. But I did not own any of them, so I am not sure about that.
I
mean, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of buzzed, and it's all because this is how we do it.
I'm just pissed off that one of my eyebrows is pointier than the other.
Well, I don't think anybody would have noticed that until you brought it up. So.
You don't know that.
All right. Well, then at least you brought it up so that it's like covered. What do you got there next to you? What's on your? Does it say oat? What are you doing there?
Oh, wait, I brought my oat milk with me. It's cold.
All right. Does that feel good on your face?
Yeah, it really does. I have a bit of a fever. So,
that's dedication, guys. She's here through the fire and flame.
Through the fire and the flames.
Winchester, thanks, buddy.
Oh, Winchester.
Vaseline gift.
Yeah, bend over. I'll gift you.
Oh my God. It says I love my product on the back of that carton, but you're covering it partially with your hand, and I definitely read it in a much worse way than that. So, Lady Eldergoth is like, is my implant acting up, or are you trying to sound like that? That's like the only person who could ask that question.
Yeah.
In a valid way.
So yeah, are we gonna is this the pre-show or?
No, we're fully in it. We announced the episode number and everything. We're on.
Cool.
This is high quality programming here, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of high quality that you're accustomed to from the Lagging Balls crew.
They're accustomed to high quality? Because I'm not down with that, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's
it's
a standard
exactly what you see.
Read every week.
Well, that's exactly what you see. It looks really good, and everything that Techie did is super nice and professional, and everything that we're touching is just absolute train wreck.
We're like the opposite of the Midas touch. It's like the Midas.
The poopist touch?
Yeah, the Midas.
What's the opposite of gold? I would say it might be poop. Or would it be another metal like lead? What's the opposite of metal? Wood? Grass?
I mean, my wood's pretty solid.
So it'd be something flaccid then instead.
I'm just thinking gold is valuable. Is human waste not valuable, or can you convert that into energy? That's a fertilizer, right? So it's worth something.
I don't know.
It's worth something. Do you remember that movie?
Let's throw this one to Chad. Chad, is human waste fertilizer and therefore worth something?
Do you remember that awesome movie, Waterworld?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You were batting 1,000 on these terrible movies that you're claiming as awesome lately. First it was Twister. Now you're on to Waterworld. Do you know that you might have the worst taste in movies in the history of the human race? Do you realize that you're the reason they make these movies? You're the how does it feel to be the target audience for Twister and fucking Waterworld?
But listen.
Please, I'm listening. I want to hear the explanation on this.
I don't watch movies anymore normally. So apparently I just stopped watching movies in the late 90s. Cuz all my favorite movies include Kevin Costner.
Okay.
And
do you have a list of your favorite movies? Because if you do, that has to be the topic tonight. Because Jesus.
Okay. My favorite movies are The Last Unicorn because it's nostalgia reasons. Plus, the fucking soundtrack is to die for.
Okay, so that's rock solid. No issues there.
Then I love Hot Rod, Superbad, Wayne's World, Mallrats, Waterworld, Twister, The Bodyguard, Dragonheart.
Went through these kind of fast here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't claim to have good taste in movies, okay?
Okay. Well, so I was teasing you, but let's be fair. You have your own taste in it, and that's fine. That's not, I'm teasing you about it being bad, but that's not. That's not really a thing.
It's rude.
Okay, let's see. Here's your list so far in chat, but I missed a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Last Unicorn. Hot Rod. Super Bad. Mallrats. Wayne's World.
Got that one.
Okay, so we're good. Yeah. So
Okay. So you don't have the worst taste in movies. The Bodyguard was a critically acclaimed. Well, I think the movie was fine. I don't remember how it did, but the soundtrack was absolutely critically acclaimed and good music.
Yeah, so I've been sick for a whole week.
That's a long time. You should get that checked out.
I have. And it's just, like, I think it's the flu. Like, it's the flu. Like, I diagnosed with the flu. But I don't know, man. Like, I remember getting really, really sick as a kid, you know, like, just deliriously sick occasionally. And you'd have, like, the barfing and the fever and just, like, the miserableness. And, like, you'd be on the couch and your mom would have to, like, put on movies and shit for you to keep you entertained and whatever. Like, that's the kind of sick that I remember. But, like, as I got older, like, I just haven't gotten sick that much. And
yeah, which is great.
Totally. And I've never taken that for granted. But, like, now that I'm traveling a bunch, it seems like every time I go to California and come back, I get really fucking sick. It's not cool.
Are you allergic to California?
No. The thing is, on the East Coast, I have lots of people here that I like, that I see, and it's great. But on the West Coast, there's, like, more people there that I like, that I see, and I end up, like, embracing them, you know?
Yes.
And being close to them and, like, touching them.
Okay. Like that?
And I don't do that much over here on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, I'm just all like, you know, like blood brothers, like spit sisters, you know, like the handshake, like we'll be friends forever.
Okay.
You know, splat it together, wipe it on your face.
Oh wow. Okay,
You know?
You've taken it to levels I've never been at.
Like you know, like some weird, like ritualistic shit. That's how they do it in California, you know?
Okay.
So I have a low immunity for other people because I used to be such a shut-in, you know? So
Yeah.
I'd never get sick because I never go anywhere and I never touch anybody. But then I'd go to BlizzCon and everybody would want to, like, touch me and hug me, which is awesome, you know? But then I just get ridiculously sick. So, like,
So you think that's it? It's just, that's all there is to it? It's just a matter
yeah, that's going to be my life now. Yeah.
Okay.
Overexposure. Northern exposure.
So that should even out, right? Like your body and your immune system should be able to kind of adjust.
But my body is telling me no. No.
Okay. All right. So I've pulled up the Rotten Tomatoes page for every one of your movies. And here we go. The Bodyguard, tomato meter rating of 34%. Last Unicorn, 63%.
Okay.
Waterworld, surprisingly better than The Bodyguard at 44%. Dragonheart, 50%.
What?
50%. Audience score is 60% for that, though. So slightly better.
Haven't anybody ever seen Dragonheart? That movie is legit. Okay,
Let's keep going. Hold on. I'm gonna come back.
Quaid with the long hair, a dragon voiced by Sean freaking Connery.
Does look really cool in that.
Yeah. And it had, like, the sweet 90s CGI. They had that, like, dragon, like, knight battle that ended with, like, the sword in the mouth and
whoa, spoilers.
Really bad, and dude found, like, an arm in his teeth and he's like, Sir John, and he throws it, and then Sean Connery's like, Ankia ended up bothering me for weeks or something like that. It's funny. Oh, and it had that red-haired chick who was in everything in the 90s until she ran over somebody. You know that chick? She was in 90210. Did you hear that friggin' Luke Perry had a stroke the other day?
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Luke Perry now. Well, I'm not surprised. He was like 40 on the 90210, the original 90210 in 1992 or whatever.
Yeah, but just because somebody's old doesn't mean they get strokes.
That's true. They're more prone now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going any day here.
Don't get a stroke. Why are you looking to get a stroke? Also, guys, I have a sandwich. So I'm going to eat that.
Right. So I brought a little something as well. I got a chicken. It's just called a sandwich. It's really a pita. So I didn't want to be left out of this. So I brought one too.
Hey, good for you, man. It's important to stay nourished, especially when you're like doing shit like this. You know?
Especially when you're defending your horrible taste in movies. Okay, so moving right along, Hot Rod at 40% tomato meter rating. However, the audience score for that is 64. That's a big difference.
Okay, watch that movie and tell me it's not amazing.
That movie is awesome. So that I highly disagree with this rating as well.
I can't even.
Okay, Wayne's World, 84% tomato meter rating, 84% audience score. That's up there. And for good damn reason, that's a damn good movie. Twister. So they don't have a consensus tomato meter rating, which happens a lot for older movies. The audience score is only 44%. Not as bad as I actually thought. That's the same score as Waterworld. And it's still 10% better than The Bodyguard.
Okay, I just want to say. Twister's awesome. And here's why. Okay, so there's this song at the end. It plays immediately as like the fucking movie ends. It's like the first credit movie, like the credits are rolling, the song comes up. It's called Respect the Wind. It's by Eddie Van Halen and Alex Van Halen. And hello, Azeroth Roundtable. I'm just explaining to everyone why Twister is a good movie.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
So
great timing, Azeroth Roundtable guys. Welcome.
So the credits roll. The song plays. It's called Respect the Wind. It is by Eddie Van Halen and Alex Van Halen. And so Van Halen did a song. I forgot what it's called. It was like Human Beings or like Human Being or something like that. I don't remember. And that's why, because it wasn't that great. It wasn't that good. And like Eddie Van Halen was like, "Hey, Sammy Hagar, I don't like this. This is stupid." And Sammy's like, "Your face is stupid." And then Eddie Van Halen's like, "You can't say that to me. I'm the boss of this band. This band is literally my name." And Alex is like, "I'm here too, man." And he's like, "You shut
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up right now. This does not concern you.
Nobody even knows your name."
Yeah, this does not concern you. So he's like, "This is stupid.
Alex, you're out of your element."
I'm going to write something different for this movie because I think that Twister is an awesome movie. So he writes this song called Respect the Wind. It's the first song on the credits. It's Eddie and Alex. It's 5 minutes long, not in the movie, but like on the soundtrack, it's 5 minutes long. A lot of it was like just sort of made up on the spot.
Okay.
Improv, if you will. Improvisational skills or something. Anyway, so it's fucking awesome. And it was nominated for a Grammy. So I'm just saying, Twister was a good movie.
Okay.
And if you don't believe me, you can like base your opinion solely on the fact that Eddie Van Halen decided to record something for the movie outside of Van Halen the band for the first time and only time ever.
Okay.
That is my argument.
I appreciate the argument, and that speaks to the soundtrack being better than the movie was, just like The Bodyguard.
That's not what I said.
I know, but that's what your argument applies to.
No, I'm just saying if Eddie Van Halen thinks the movie was good enough to write Respect the Wind, which is an amazing song,
which is a bitchin' song,
Grammy, then it's a good movie.
Yeah, we would play it in the background here, except that we would get
It's good shit. I'm just saying. It's good shit. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So you have an argument. And there's an excellent cast in Twister, that's for sure. It is an all-star cast, some of whom weren't even big yet at the time. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman, who was not particularly known, I don't think, at the time. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I don't think so.
I have no idea.
I think he was more of a character actor at the time, less known, and I don't know that he had any major breakout roles yet. But he is always memorable in all of those roles, and he was in this. So, there's plenty. There's the dude from Ferris Bueller, who was also on their team.
Right? Oh yeah, that guy was from Ferris Bueller. I forgot. Yeah. That's funny. Okay. A
couple other recognizable faces, and then there's of course Helen Hunt.
So whatever happened to Helen Hunt? She just kind of disappeared.
I don't know. She probably decided to have a life and took a break from acting or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe just had a string of losses, because that's what happens also when you're not paying attention to somebody. Respect my wind.
Respect my wind.
Nice one, Beetlejuice. Yeah, Bill Paxton.
So he died, right?
Yes, he did. Rest in peace.
Sucks.
Yep. Which, he was fine in it. Helen Hunt was fine in it. There's plenty of people who were fine in Twister, even okay, even good. It's just the overall. Oh, hold on.
What's bad about it?
Wait a minute. Wait. I was looking at the wrong Twister on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
There's a 1989 Twister. Okay. Upgraded tomato meter rating of 57%. And a 58% audience score.
Okay.
So not as bad. Those are almost good numbers.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big fuck you from me to you. Go on.
And that's a big difference from the 34% tomato meter rating of The Bodyguard.
I just don't understand what's so bad about it. Tell me what's bad about Twister.
It's mostly the writing, I think, more than anything else. The writing is just bad.
Oh, yeah?
The things that are memorable about it are campy as shit, and mostly in the bad way, not in that super beloved, memorable way. Is that you opening that angrily to make a point? Oops. Good job.
No, it's fine.
So,
chat's talking about
said that most storm and disaster flicks get low ratings, and that's probably true. I have no basis on that.
It's funny.
Go ahead.
Some genres of movies are just always bad.
Yeah,
video game movies.
Yeah, Jesus. Have there been any good ones?
Not good as in I didn't enjoy any of them, because obviously Warcraft was awesome. Obviously the first, second, third cartoon version, fourth, whatever Mortal Kombat movies were awesome. But I don't know. The
first one was okay.
No, the first one was great. The dude who played Liu Kang is so hot. Oh my god! And you know what? He
with
got
his
hotter.
Giant mullet?
But he just got hotter as the years went by. If you check him out now.
What's the score on that one here? Well, welcome everyone to Laggy Balls, where we look up tomato meter ratings on the old 90s flicks.
This is what happens when we don't have a set topic.
Tomato meter rating of 38%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's Mortal
audience
Kombat?
Score of 57%. This is Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 2, though, the one where Johnny Cage dies for some reason. What'd that get?
Was it called 2? It had a different name, didn't it?
I don't know.
Was it Annihilation? Is that the second one?
Move time, going at this.
Yeah, that's totally the topic. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Okay. It was
Anal.
Tomato meter rating of 3%, which is epically bad. Literally almost as bad as it could be. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's exactly it. I should have just looked.
That's what happens when you kill off Johnny Cage, everybody's favorite character.
You know, in only the second installment of the series, I mean, there had to be like a retcon or something, right? Like, are they going to Marvel MCU it and like bring him back or something?
I don't know. The best one, I forget what it's called, but it's like the story of Mortal Kombat, but it's animated. But it's like the shittiest animation probably in the history of human animation.
Whoa, Liu Kang now is hot. Holy shit.
Thank you. Oh my god.
God damn, dude.
Let me see the picture.
That's a bad motherfucker.
Hell yeah. What's up? What is up? Oh. That's right. I would let him fatality me any day. Like daddy-ality.
Daddy-ality?
Daddy-ality. He'd be like beating on me and I'd be like, yes, do that thing.
Yes?
Yeah. And then like,
yes.
I'd be like, I'm ready to like, fall down because I've been punched a whole bunch.
For them to finish you?
Yeah. And then I'm like, please use a daddy-ality. Please use it. And I'm not sure what that would entail exactly, but it would probably be really hot. I wonder if there's like a porno game that's like Mortal Kombat.
Well, there's got to be a porno of Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I mean
that goes without saying, right?
As humanity dictates. And
I'll take care of this, guys.
Oh, thank you. Because like there's a Ghostbusters one. And
let's see Pornhub's results. Oh, yep, there's definitely Mortal Kombat porn. Okay, confirmed.
What's it called?
Which we didn't even need to look at.
Mortal Kombat Analation.
So there's definitely a lot of them, and they mostly just have something like the word Mortal Kombat in the title.
Oh.
And then a variety of different character names and stuff like that. Well, oh, wait, there's a parody. Yes, there's a parody.
What's it called?
It's called Mortal Kombat, a XXX parody. I'm going to put the name of it, not the link, in the chat.
See, like...
There, that's what it's called. Mortal Kombat, a XXX parody. There you go. There you go, kids. Don't say we didn't give you anything.
Let's all watch this weekend and reconvene next Friday to talk about it.
Homework. Your homework is housed on Pornhub, guys. Yeah, Annihilation, 3%.
If you're following Pornhub on Twitter, which you should be, they've been really pushing the quicksand porn lately.
Quicksand porn?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would anybody... Why, though?
Did we already have this conversation?
I feel like we touched upon it at some point, but I thought it was like in passing and in jest. I didn't realize it was a thing that like Pornhub was actually pushing, because I want to say Pornhub's front page must have like some pull. It's got to have some influence.
Yeah,
because that's what like people are looking to get started.
Honestly, like
to start off the end of the night, let's say.
Like 99 times out of 100, I don't find anything on the front page. You got to dig a little bit, you know?
Easy Does It says quicksand porn. I'm scaroused.
The worst is when you search like the second and third page and you don't find anything. You hit the fourth or fifth page and you start recognizing stuff you saw the other night and you're like, fuck. Now I gotta look.
You know you're on the right search.
Sucks. You have to okay, isn't like the worst part about watching porn like typing in your search words because you feel like a fucking like gross pervert? You're just like quicksand.
Because you have to admit that you're typing it in.
Yeah.
Admit
you
to
type
yourself.
it in and you're just like, ugh.
Is it because wait, let's examine that for a moment.
Right.
Is that because clicking something that has been made available to you is somehow less your fault than typing something?
100% yes. Because it's like these people are suggesting this to me. So, I mean, I guess I'll check it out. Whatever. I'll just click it. It's fine.
I didn't put this here.
Yeah, I like this isn't my fault. It's
fine. On me.
But then, you type in what you want to see and you're just like, this is because of me. Ugh. The worst is when you spell it wrong and you still get the right results.
Because Pornhub's search is excellent.
Yeah. Plus, But, what was I saying? Quicksand porn. So, quicksand porn.
Yes, back to the message at hand.
Right. Quicksand porn is for people with a quicksand fetish. And there's 2 types of quicksand fetishes. So, one, you like watching people get sucked into quicksand. 2,
man,
you like being sucked into quicksand.
Okay. So both of those are strange to me.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's not something you're into, it's going to be strange, isn't it? But that's like across the board. Like
Fair.
that's
Fair
how
point.
it is with all fetishes. So.
Fair point. How's your sandwich?
It's starting to get a little warm. How's yours?
It's excellent, actually. It's
That's
really
great. Oh.
So, Thist, are you a quicksand top or a bottom? That's a good question, Jim. Leave it to chat to fill any gaps here. Pun intended. That does beg the question, though. Like, do kinks come from somewhere? Does it have to do with like something that's happened in your life? Like, if you're like really into like bondage, which is like the easiest, most generic example of a fetish, right? If you're super into bondage, is it because you had a traumatic experience of being tied up as a kid? Or the first porn you found had bondage in it? Like, I wonder if there's like some sort of influence.
Sometimes. I think a lot of the time it's something like that. But some of the time it's just the way you are. Just something about you, just the way you're made. You're predisposed to like stuff like that.
Okay.
That's why you should never be ashamed, like as long as like what you like isn't hurting anyone, or you, then go for it,
Yeah. Like Venaro says, why do I like bondage? Beats me. Fucking chat's killing it tonight. I feel like I say that every week, though. Chat's always killing it.
Yeah, you guys are way funnier than we are. We're just like here to soak it all up, eat sandwiches, and let you guys do the work.
I played Oregon Trail in 3rd grade. Now I like quicksand and fording rivers.
Ford every stream.
Is that a real song?
Yeah, that's from Sound of Music. Another excellent movie, by the way. I remember when I was a little
I think everybody would agree with you on that one.
Oh yeah. When I was a little kid, I was at a sleepover, and it was like, like when you're a little kid and you're doing the sleepover thing, and then like it gets to be about 5, 6 in the morning, you're still awake, and it's sort of like that crucial sort of like, do we go to sleep now or do we like take it all the way, and just fucking stay up all night? And little kids have a harder time. Like I was one of those kids who could just stay up forever. It didn't matter. But I didn't know a lot of other kids who were like that. So it was me and like 2 other kids, and we were watching movies all night and playing video games. It was awesome. We're making tents out of our sleeping bags and shit. It's like 5 a.m. The sun's streaming through the windows. They're getting a little bit sleepy, and I'm like looking through the VHSs, and I find Sound of Music, and I'm like, you guys are gonna love this. Awesome. I put that on. They were out. They just went to sleep. They just fell asleep, and I stayed up watching it.
You were how old?
I don't know. I actually think it was my cousins that I was with, and I think like since then they've never liked that movie or something like that. So that's their fault, though. Like if they can't understand the magic.
That's a classic.
Christopher
Like,
Plummer.
You don't need Rotten Tomatoes to tell you this, but the tomato meter rating is 86%. Audience score is 91%. That's a classic. There's no question about that one.
Maybe.
But I do agree that the circumstance under which you see a movie definitely has influence. So, for example, the first time I saw Dumb and Dumber, I did not like it. And I realized that the reason I didn't like it, and it was very clear, because I saw it the second time, like I forced myself to with friends or whatever, and it was awesome because it's amazing. But the first time I saw it, I was on a family trip. I was in a hotel room late at night. My parents were asleep. My little sister was asleep. And I was watching it like super low on TV and like drifting to sleep and like fighting to go to sleep because normally I was also a night owl kind of thing. So that was my first experience with this. And when you're trying to watch like a stupid comedy, I don't know what genre of comedy that's actually referred to, but silly, zany, dumb comedy, that it just did not play well at 1 a.m. family trip quiet time.
Yeah, I get that. That's like what was that show? Married with Children? Was that the one with the girl, the lady with the big hair?
Yep.
And
Al Bundy.
Remember, I was really, really sick as a kid. Like I was talking about earlier. Super sick, massive fever, like probably the worst fever I've ever had.
Jesus.
You know, like the fevers where you start like super hallucinating. So there was a marathon of that show on when I was a kid while I was having all of those like hallucinations and just like going through hell. And I kept coming to, like, I have this thing, I don't know, I've heard that it's kind of common. It's like I can't sleep when there's music on because my brain always wakes up when there's music.
Okay.
I can sleep through talking and shit like that, but if it's music, I wake up. So every time the theme song would come on, I would wake up out of my like weird fever sleep. And then I would start hallucinating about what I saw on the TV. So that stupid fucking fountain and the stupid love and marriage, that thing. So I was like 6 years old or some shit, but like it was such a weird experience, just like that theme song reoccurring so often, it seemed, because I'd pass out when the song was over and then I'd wake up when the song was on. So I hate that show. I've always hated it. I've never seen a full episode because I can't get past the theme song, and just like the whole show in general just reminds me of being like really sick and confused.
I totally have that. Yeah, I totally get that.
Okay, do it. That's a weird thing.
I totally have that. There were other ones that like, there are shows that I only know by the theme song and have no real other experience with otherwise, like MASH. MASH was like close to over or in reruns or whatever when I was a kid. I can't remember. But it was like one of those things that would come on, like reruns would come on late at night. Like right around the time when I was starting to like fall asleep in front of the TV or whatever. Right around the time that I should have been in bed with my young ass. So that I'd be like dozing and then that theme song would come on and then I'd be like, wake up to change it.
You're gonna fuck.
Except that the song is awesome. Like the song's really
What's
good.
the song?
I actually usually would watch the titles and then change it.
What's this? How's the song go?
It's instrumental, but the I didn't know until like years later that the song was called "Suicide Is Painless" and it has lyrics.
Oh.
But I really only know the instrumental version from the show. So when I hear the version with words, it's weird to me.
Interesting. You know? Yeah, I think I just missed the whole MASH thing.
Well, yeah, it's straight up 80s. But yeah, I feel like there are a bunch of those. Like, especially when it's a show that somebody else watched in your household, you know?
Yeah.
Like I lived with my grandmother for a year after my grandfather died, and she had like her shows, you know, like she just had like a slew of things that she would watch all the time. And like there's totally theme songs from those, and I have like no interaction with them whatsoever otherwise. And
well, that's like the power of music, man. It's like I used to be really into when I was a kid, they rebooted Dallas, and we didn't I was poor when I was a kid. I'm still poor, but I was like super poor, and my whole family was, and we didn't have a lot of channels, and this one channel reboot Dallas, and I never would have saw that otherwise, but I watched the whole goddamn series. Like, all of it. I watched every single episode as this little tiny kid, and I love the theme song to this day. Like the shows, whatever. Patrick Duffy's Kind of a Daddy, but it's, the theme song is like dun,
Wait.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You know,
Did you watch
I'm going to Texas next month probably. So you better believe I'm going to be listening to that song the whole time. And
you
like
have it on repeat in your
as like the series go, I think like into the 5th or 6th season or something, I forget how many seasons there were, they added like this funky like wah-wah pedal guitar. So it was like
Yes. What fucking year was that?
70s something, I don't know. It's a ridiculous TV show, but I got totally sucked in. Yeah. Schoolhouse Rock. Mighty Elder Goth mentioned Schoolhouse Rock. So
1978
yeah,
was Dallas, the original.
I'm really into like weird shit. And my mom's always yeah, we know that. So
I think I was like waiting. Everybody's waiting for the next sentence. Like, okay, not news. Go on.
That's it. So my mom would always take Christmas as an opportunity to buy me weird things. Case in point, this Michael Bolton mug.
Yes.
And
that's
my
fucking awesome
Troy Bolton pen that plays music plays music from High School Musical 2. I'm not going to do that again. One year she got me a collection, a compilation video cassette, if you will, of Schoolhouse Rock music.
Nice.
I used to like, obviously I wasn't around when it was like originally on or whatever, but they would play it, you know, occasionally as a kid. And most of it is American. So I didn't see a lot of it because like, what do I care about the Constitution? Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I care about it
Not
now.
your country. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like, I really don't. Or it's just like, I don't need to know what American Bill is, you know? I don't remember the Bill song, but I remember the parody that The Simpsons did of it word for word because Simpsons. And I like the only thing that I ever remember correctly is Simpsons shit. That's it. Nothing else. Not even Warcraft stuff. Not even Overwatch stuff. It's only Simpsons and that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else sticks in here.
I love that most of your original references for things are actually from The Simpsons, and you don't even know what they're actually referencing on The Simpsons because to you, that's the original source. You guys, I made her watch The Godfather, and she's like, "Oh, that's that part from The Simpsons." I'm like, "No, that part is from this. This is where that came from. That's where The Simpsons got it from."
It's from The Simpsons. It's all from The Simpsons. Like when that dude wakes up with a horse in his bed. That was from the episode where Homer started working at the Quickie Mart as well as his job at the nuclear power plant to afford a horse for Lisa. So he puts it in her bed while she's sleeping, and then she wakes up and she like sees the head next to her and she starts screaming. And then the next scene, like she rides the horse into her parents' room. It's a nice. This what were we talking about?
I'm going to come back to that, but I do want to mention something real quick. I was watching so this is on Netflix. So for all of you who have Netflix, which is like probably everybody in here, there is like 3 different series: the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and they each have their own like TV series on Netflix. Highly recommended. I started the 90s one last night. And the whole first 2 episodes are about 90s television, which was awesome. And there's a really great segment about The Simpsons in particular. This, so I'll find the timestamp and give that to you.
Thank you.
But in terms of other TV show theme songs that really stick out, Happy Days was a great one. Friends, obviously, though. However, like Friends, I feel like is the best example of one that's tolerable, but you don't necessarily like anymore because you've just heard it so many goddamn times. Is that accurate?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Cheers is a classic. Like that's one that I didn't watch that show. That was like pretty much before my time. And like but I know the theme song because again, that's something that would come on reruns and like.
I know the Simpsons parody of that theme song.
I feel like you could say, I know the Simpsons parody of that in relation to like anything we ever talk about.
Except it's called Flaming Moe's. Because
Nice.
it's from Flaming Moe's episode.
How's it go?
I don't want to. I'm embarrassed.
Okay, the Batman theme song from like the 60s Batman. Everybody knows that?
Everybody knows that one.
The Monkeys, because the whole song is about them being the monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. I met one of them in an airport once.
One of the monkeys just died too.
Seriously?
Yeah. Pat was really upset about it. You guys, I was having a conversation with Pat Crane today. He got locked out of his house. He's chilling.
Are you supposed to tell that?
I don't care. So like this is like a typical day with Pat Crane, okay? Locked himself out of the house.
Jesus Christ.
So he texts me and he's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on? I'm really sick today." And he's like, "Oh, that sucks. I'm not doing too well myself." I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting to get the keys to my house." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, I just got like that." So he starts telling me about how he used to be a mascot. And I was like,
how did that come up?
What? I don't know. This is just like, I wish, like, I try to share as much conversation between Pat and I as possible just because it's so fucking weird. But he starts talking about he used to be a mascot. And I'm like, okay, well, are there pictures? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, sure.
Well, okay, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. So like, what was your mascot name? And he's like, it was Cool Cat. But like, cool and cat are spelled with K. And I'm like, oh my god,
edgy.
Crane. Oh god. Right. Yeah, so Pat was really upset about that monkey thing. You know what the best? Okay, I completely
missed. It's Peter Tork, by the way.
Oh, that fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing that has anything to do with the monkeys, because I think I just totally miss the monkeys as well. I love.
That's old.
Yeah, but
68.
well, I love music from the 60s and 70s. I just kind of missed out on the monkeys. Yeah. But like, what I love is Davy Jones in like everything he had to do with the Brady Bunch movie from the 90s.
Yes.
When he comes out at the school dance because of Marsha and that cool ass okay, that movie has amazing music. Okay, like it's
that movie's awesome.
Straight up 90s grunge, California grunge. It is delightful. So when Davy Jones comes out on stage and he starts singing "Girl," and then they put the grungy, like the guitars and the bass. Oh my god, it is so good. It is like one of the best mashups of all time. I will fight anybody who says otherwise. So good. Oh my god. Okay, Techie, can you grab that? I know it's on YouTube because I was talking about it with Pat a few weeks ago. But like, my mom and I, we used to have like the movie channel back in the day. So my mom would like videotape, like use the VCR to like tape movies sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
Because I feel like they would play movies for free occasionally.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to pay for other ones. So we would just tape, like, when I was a kid, I had a copy of Clueless, but it was taped off of the TV.
Oh, no.
But it came on at like 3 a.m. So my mom started taping it when she went to bed around midnight. And so it's got like all these fucking movie commercials for hours. Then
on TV?
Clueless, and then more commercials. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I'd have to like fast forward to the thing. Anyway.
So you had a VHS tape, but the content didn't start until 3 hours in.
So anyway, so that's what we did for the Brady Bunch movie. And my mom and I would just like, this was back before like YouTube and shit. My mom and I would just like put the VCR on, put the thing in, and then fast forward to that part with Davy Jones on stage so we could listen to the song and just be like, yeah, this is awesome. Rewind it.
I love how in that scene, like all the older teachers are like, oh, and all the kids are, what the fuck?
But then they start like, you know, like, yeah.
The band kicks in. Okay. Yeah. What do you think the tomato meter rating is for the Brady Bunch movie?
I don't know. I don't understand how the meters work.
1 to 100%. The higher, the better. Take a guess.
100.
No, but it's 63%.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
In fact, the audience score for it is lower, and that's not usually the case, honestly.
Interesting. Well, apparently people are just dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it.
What I love about that movie is how much they let them do to the brand. Like the Brady Bunch was like a wholesome learn lessons every week kind of show. Yeah. And they did some fucked up shit with it on that movie.
I love it.
In the second one, they were bad.
Oh yeah,
like in all the right ways. I mean, like
yeah, watching it now, I get so much shit that I missed as a kid, and it is so funny. Like just like the jokes and stuff, and like how not promiscuous, but like how just like the relationship between Mr. and Mrs.
Sexually charged.
Yeah, like there was a lot of that.
And Alice, right? Wasn't Alice like pretty sexualized with her dude? I forget her dude.
With Sam, the meat guy.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
Don't they like wake up really late at night and he's in the kitchen and he's like in his pajamas and like, and he's like
doing
smoking.
like some food sex stuff.
Maybe, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just here delivering meat," and they're like, "Okay, great, we need your help."
Just here, delivering meat.
But the Bradys are like so clueless in that movie that they just like accept it immediately.
Love it.
Yeah, no, that's a good movie.
And like Mr. Brady's an architect, but all he ever does is make their house over and over.
Yeah.
Every design is their house.
And RuPaul is in it as the school counselor, and he tells Jan to like buy, like listen to his book on tape or whatever. Like,
then she ends up with the giant blonde afro wig.
No, it's black afro wig.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anyway, that was one of the best mashups.
That's a good flick.
God,
I need to rewatch that. Yeah, Charlie's Angels theme, Bionic Man theme. So see, some of these are like beyond my time, but like I'm familiar with the themes, and they're really good ones.
When the Charlie's Angels movie came out, there was this really cool remix of the theme song. It was like electronic.
I feel like 80s cartoons were like a haven for badass TV show themes.
Pretty much.
There were so many good ones. Oh, and Full House, of course.
Yeah. She would do bad now.
You're lost out there and you're all alone. And is waiting to carry you home.
Everywhere you look.
Boom, 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 boom. It's so fucking cheese. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Don't I look a little bit like John Stamos though? Just a little bit.
No. Maybe you should put your beard back on, then we can tell.
Legit, dude. I wish I had a beard. God, I would have been so much hotter as a dude. Like,
do you know how much our show following would plummet? Just decided to only wear a beard all the time now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we'd get more girl listeners.
Oh, Gilligan's Island. That's a classic theme. Everybody knows that one. Did you watch that one?
I don't know what the theme song is for that.
Oh.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Griffith's show was all whistling.
Andy Griffith.
No, it's all whistling.
Oh, whistling. Gilligan's Island. How's it go?
Oh, no, you're doing great.
Oh, okay, great. I don't know. There's just like, there are some TV theme songs that you can just like go into anytime. We used to do in theater. I have a degree in theater, by the way.
I was wondering what you were going to do with that.
I don't know. That's all I learned. We used to do this thing called Song Circle. So like before classes where we'd perform, sometimes we'd do Song Circle. So everybody would stand in a circle and we'd just go around each person and they'd sing a song. And you just sing in front of everybody. And, you know, sometimes people would sing along with you. Sometimes people would know what you were singing. Some people would pick like really stupid songs that were really slow and boring and obscure and nobody would know them. But then people would pick like songs that are like upbeat, up tempo that everybody knew, and then we'd all be clapping, you know, and stuff like that. And I think that was more of the point of it, just to like, you know, put you on the spot. Yeah, get everybody going. And like, you can't sing in front of other people facing everybody in a circle without, you know, getting your jimmies out. So
I think that's a great way to get everybody going.
Yeah, so I would just like dive into like the Sailor Moon theme song or the Pokemon theme song or
the Pokemon rap.
Not the Poke Rap. I don't think I could do that from memory. But I was talking to my friend who's really into funk music, and he introduced me to this musician called D Train, and I highly recommend.
Great name.
It's excellent. So D Train, this really successful, amazing like composer, singer, performer, 70s, 80s, 90s. He's still going. Like super excellent funk music. He wrote the Poke Rap for some reason. Yeah. So like,
but he was a funk artist.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? You gotta pay the bills.
No, exactly. And it, you know, like it's still fucking paying off. But like that's how you know that like the Poke Rap is good. Like that's why it's so good, because like a legitimate, like amazing funk artist was like, I got this.
Hell yeah.
And here it is.
Hell yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, now I know all the original 150 Pokemon.
Except not by memory.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Okay, just to touch on chat, because they're pulling up solid gold here. We got Rockford Files. We've got Knight Rider, which is a bitchin' theme. The G.I. Joe song, which is awesome. Family Ties. That's probably one of the first theme songs I learned as a kid, because it was just like.
How's that go?
Oh, it's weird. I have to look it up because
it's ties.
It's super 70s.
Family ties. Oh, Goosebumps. Do, 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 do. And it was like, and then when you see the dog on the porch with the glowing red eyes, it's like, ruff, 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 ruff. You know? That's fucking scary.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that's good shit.
I'm gonna put a link to Family Ties in the chat. Oops.
Don't fuck up.
There it is. It's super 70s. You hear it? Like as soon as the music kicks in, it's definitely 70s. You know exactly what era this came from. Actually, it premiered in the 80s.
For a million years. And we'll be together for a million more. Okay, I can't hear, but yeah, okay. That's awful.
Okay, so Perfect Strangers was excellent. A-Team was excellent. Step by Step. You know that one, right?
Oh, baby, gotta get to you, girl.
Yeah, except there was a show.
I shouldn't be I don't know why I'm singing. Like, I'm so sick.
Well, that's your Patrick Duffy, though.
That's do love Patrick.
Was he a dad in Dallas? No,
not really. I think he had a kid in Dallas. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But like his storyline with Pam, Victoria Principal, that was my favorite storyline. But then she died, but she didn't really die. She faked her death. But then she came back with a whole bunch of plastic surgery. But then it was all a dream. Did she look different on the show? Yes, but it was all a dream that Patrick Duffy had. And he like wakes up. No, Pam wakes up and he's in the shower. I don't remember, but it was just like, it was one of those like insane TV moments. Everything was just not real. And it was all just a dream. Yeah.
How did that play? Were people like entertained by that, or were they pissed off?
I don't know. I only saw the rerun and I was like,
you never looked into it? Okay. The Office theme song. Also, I put the Step by Step theme link in the chat because that is right up there with Full House. It was probably I feel like Full House was a bigger show than Step by Step, but Step by Step was definitely very large because of its like TGIF. Yeah, it was TGIF was the lineup, I think. Fridays on whatever network that was. It's exactly that. It might even be the same artist, honestly. It's like that close. Except there's like a rock female voice in it too.
Could you imagine the life of a TV theme show writing
jingle
person
writer
in the 70s and 80s?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They'd be one of those randomly rich people and you'd have no idea why.
He'd have like the mullet. I'm picturing blonde mullet, great big sunglasses, sunglasses, cell phone that was like this big, like a big rock. Hey, Johnny, I got this song. Listen to this. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-ba-ow. And he's like driving. Okay, so he's got the thing, and he's like driving. His like the wind is like whistling through the mullet. He's like driving his. He's got like a brown. Yeah, he's got a brown convertible, and he's like a brown convertible, and
because 70s.
Because 70s, and he's driving around San Francisco and like going up and down and stuff like that. Got like a bolero tie and a brown suit that matches his. Oh, and the shirt underneath is light blue, brown suit, black shoes, shiny, big old gold watch, big old gold one, and his name is like Skipper or something or Skip. Yeah, you know they call him Skip
Scooter.
McGilligan. Scoots McGillilyn. I don't know, guys. I'm starting to lose it a little bit.
Well, that's good because we're at the end of the hour. So I want to just call out some other really awesome examples because these are really worth saying. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had a theme from fucking heaven. The X-Men theme is among the most badass there ever were.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking Different Strokes was dope. Muppet Show was dope. Facts of Life was super cool. Green Acres. Oh my god, that's good shit. That's such good shit.
Green Acres is the place to be.
Farm living is the life for me.
Land spread out so far and wide. Forget Manhattan is that countryside. You know how I know that one? I know that theme song because Pauly Shore sings it in The Son-in-Law.
Ah, yes.
I've seen that movie a lot. I've never seen that show.
Yeah, well. Also, well before our time. That was, I want to say 60s, 70s, something like that. All right, guys. What? Sorry.
I was about to launch into a whole other...
Go for it.
What's your favorite Pauly Shore movie?
I will look up his list, but I think Son-in-Law is definitely it because that's the only one that I really, really remember.
I think that one's my favorite. I also really like Viodome. I also really like... What was the one where he was a lawyer? No, I didn't really like Encino Man.
In the Army Now.
Oh, I like that one. Jury Duty. That one's amazing. It's got Tia Carrere in it. Oh, I love her.
He was in the Goofy movie?
Yeah. Leaning Tower of Cheese. You know? A little smoking.
Does he say that in the Goofy movie?
Except he's got a... What am I holding here? What is this? Fire extinguisher. I'm sorry. It wasn't that funny.
I fucking dropped my whole... You're like holding a shotgun when I look at you.
That's a fire extinguisher.
I know, but I'm looking at another screen and I switch back over to you. You're like, what am I holding here? You're like, oh, a fire extinguisher. Got it. Fuck.
Yeah. Biodome was great. You know that movie?
One of the reasons I liked Son-in-Law so much is because I had a huge, huge crush on Carla Gugino because she's hot as hell.
Oh, and what's her face is in it? Kelly Kapowski.
Oh yeah,
she's in that too.
Breaking out of her good girl.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
In a big way. Oh heck yeah.
You guys didn't bone?
We didn't bone.
That's good shit. That's a good flick.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Munching on some grindage.
Munching on some grindage.
All right, we should go.
Yeah, we should go.
This is devolving fast.
It's not going to get any better.
No,
it's just going to get worse.
I want to make a shout out real quick though because we had something completely unprecedented happen to the show this week. I am going to make sure I read this correctly because on our Patreon we have various categories and titles for the different levels. A lot of you who are in chat here are members of that community, so thank you very much for supporting the show and supporting whatever this is. But we have different levels, and we set them as high as Like the $50 level is called the Exalted. The $100 level is called the Insane, because those are nuts, right?
Insane.
But then just for funsies, we added a $500 level. Well, guess what? Somebody joined that level this week, and his name is Michael Van. He is in our Discord as Michael Van. He is in our hearts as Michael Van. And we cannot thank you enough, buddy. Michael Van, our very first erector of epic monuments, tamer of libidos, slayer of dad ass, breaker of wills, and badass MC. Thank you, Michael Van, very much. You are a tower among men.
Just a pillar of humanity.
Yes, rock hard pillar.
Yeah, dude, thank you. Holy shit.
This is the most ridiculous, insane, crazy. This is up there with like Arsenic giving us like the BlizzCon tickets to give away to the community, which just like unprecedented. So thank you so much, Michael. Seriously, this is nuts. This and I are going to talk privately about some stuff to do for you in particular, because Jesus Christ. Like, wow. So
we never thought that this would actually happen.
No, we have never thought. It's true. That's why it is not particularly outlined what will all happen there. So we'll figure that out.
We told our raid team that this happened, and our raid leader lovingly said, "Who would give that much to you? You're not worth that much."
I mean, you got to leave it to your friends to really bring you back down out of the cloud, right? Yeah, so that's absolute insanity. Cannot thank him enough. And honestly, for everyone, whether you're a patron or not, the fact that you're here is awesome and blows our mind every week, because, you know, the fact that you give a shit about the stupid crap that we're talking about is just
your support in any way, even just listening, live or not, like just being here for the stream, listening to the show, being in our Discord, on our social media, whatever, that means everything to us. It's not just about whether you can be a patron or not. Like, obviously we appreciate and respect our patrons so much, and we can't thank them enough, but we also understand that, like, it's not reasonable to imagine that everybody is capable of being a patron. Like, we can't be patrons of all the people that we wish we could. Yeah. But just listening to us, being our friend, being our pal, you know, the nice DMs you guys send us, the dick pics, like the in-game messages, like I said, the joining the Discord and just being present there, but just listening, that means everything to us. Yeah. So thank you for that. And
all you have to do to impress us is be here. Like, that's
yeah. So thank you guys. We will have a new episode of Lacking Balls out sometime this weekend. And I guess that's it for this show. Thank you guys so much for being here with us.
One quick note. Sorry, one more last note. There's daylight savings time is coming up next weekend. So that means that our time will be changing again. I was reminded of this because Alessandro mentioned that it's hard with us up against Azeroth Roundtable now, which thanks again to those guys, if any of them are still in here, for throwing over to us. We appreciate that. We're going to be switching positions again. Right now we're the top and they're the bottom. We're going to switch, and they'll be the top and we'll be the bottom after daylight savings time. So we'll move up in time frame because they are in mountain time and they don't change their time. So we'll actually be an hour earlier than Azeroth Roundtable, and then we'll throw over to them on Friday nights going forward. So
that's what we do.
I think will not be next week's show. I think it'll be the following weeks after that.
Wait, okay, so that'll be 70. So next week is 66.
Yeah.
Then 67. Then 68. Then 69. You guys got to tune in for that. It's going to be a huge.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be huge on the top and the bottom for that one. So.
Yep.
All right, guys, that's the show. Techie's going to toss us over. I think we're going to move over to Overwatch League this time, so I don't think there's anything we need you guys to say. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. We love you. Bye.